Hello team players! Once again, I am teaming up with 20-Sided Ventures to bring you another Monster Mash build. He has created a Banshee Oracle build, and I brought you the Headless Knight. So, I set out to come up with a build that would support both of those. And I decided on a Mind Flayer. Some of you guys may remember my Mind Flayer build from the Psychic playtest, but I thought it was time to redo that one. So without further ado, here is the Mind Flayer. So obviously the best class for a Mind Flayer is the Psychic, and Mind Flayers are intelligence based. So we're going to be taking the precise discipline Subconscious Mind, which of course gives us Calculate Threats. So for one action, we can get a bonus to our AC and reflex saves for a round. It's a great defensive option for when our mind affecting effects don't exactly work all that well. And for our Conscious Mind, we're going with Silent Whisper. This gives us a bunch of mind-affecting spells, which of course are the Mind Flayer's bread and butter. It also gives us a couple of amps. If we amp Daze, then it increases our damage from Daze, and gives the target weakness to mental damage, which of course is great for all the mental spells we're going to be casting. And of course we also get the insane amp for Message, which not only allows us to talk to our allies during combat, but also allows them to somewhat follow our instructions by either stepping or striding as a reaction. And once we can cast 4th rank spells, we can also have them shove, strike, or trip as a reaction. And since 20-Sided Ventures Banshee build can be in melee if it wants to be, it can do any of these it wants to. This also means our commander won't have to use tactics all the time. And remember, the commander can give an extra reaction as well, so anyone can follow both commands if they want. Moving on to Ancestry, there's only one Ancestry that really fits a Mind Flayer, and that is the Flesh Warp Ancestry that I covered last video. And our heritage is going to be the Shape Rot Flesh Warp. After all, Mind Flayers are pretty resistant to mental damage. And our Ancestry feat is going to be Deep Vision, because Mind Flayers have Dark Vision. And that is really going to help in a lot of dungeons. For attributes, obviously Intelligence is going to be our most important. We need that high spell DC for all the mental spells we're going to be casting. And we're also going to need Charisma. After all, Mind Flayers are scary creatures, and we're either going to need Dexterity or Constitution for defense. But more than likely Constitution, since we're going to be getting a boost to that for being a Flesh Warp. For skills, of course, we do want all the intelligence-based ones. Arcana, Occultism, Society, Crafting, etc. We're also going to want the Charisma-based skills, especially Intimidation. While it won't stack with the Banshee's fear effects, some enemies are going to make their saves against those. So, we want enemies to be either frightened of the Banshee, us, or the commander, so that all enemies are frightened of somebody. We could also have decent Wisdom, so Wisdom skills might be good too, especially Medicine. For level 2, I've gone with Psychic Rapport. Since we're intelligence-based, our Charisma isn't going to be as high. So getting a bonus on Deception, Diplomacy, and Intimidation after we cast a mental spell, which we'll be doing constantly, will really help us outside of combat. For our level 3 feat, we want Canny Acumen for either our Fortitude or Reflex saves, whichever is lower. More than likely going to be our Reflex saves, since we want our Constitution to be high. Since we do get a boost to that for being a Flesh Warp. For level 4, I've gone with Homing Beacon. That just makes it easier for the party to hit hidden creatures that we can see, but our party might not be able to. Which we're going to be taking some feats later that is going to help us with that. Speaking of, at level 5, we're going to take Uncanny Awareness. Not only is this going to help with that Homing Beacon feat that we just took, but it's very hard to sneak up on a Mind Flayer. So this will simulate that. Unfortunately, this will not work on all creatures. So we're going to be taking another feat that will help us with those creatures. At level 6, we're going to take Inertial Barrier. So we can give ourselves or one ally resistance to physical damage when we use a cantrip. So when we hit them with something like Forbidding Ward, we can give them resistance to the damage as well as an AC bonus. Pretty darn good. At level 7, of course, we're taking Toughness because, I mean, come on. More hit points is always good. At level 8, it's going to be Thought Sense. I know we already have Uncanny Awareness, But we can use this on creatures that aren't moving. And we can use that on things like golems that don't have thoughts. And remember, this is a vague sense unless our psyche is unleashed. So we won't be able to see creatures with this all the time. Plus, this is another way that we can use Homing Beacon to help out our allies. For our level 9 Ancestry feat, we're taking Gaping Flesh. It's an awesome feat, makes foes sicken if they melee attack us. So if a creature that isn't frightened melee attacks us, we can still lower all their stats. And they can't get rid of it as long as they're adjacent to us, making them want to get away from us. So it's a very good defensive option. Highly recommend. At level 10, we've got Impose Order. We can automatically get average damage on a spell that we cast, but we will mostly be casting mental spells, so that's what this will apply to. In some situations, it's going to be better to at least get some damage rather than trying to roll for it, especially if the target has resistance to mental damage. For spells, we want as many spells with the mental trait as possible, as well as a soothe spell so we can heal our non-undead allies, like the Banshee build that 20-Sided Adventures made. For free archetype, there's a lot of options. You can take Blessed One if you want more healing options. You can also take any intelligence or charisma-based caster if you want more spells, which might be something you might want to look into, since psychics don't get that many spells. If you want to attack with something other than your spells, Mindsmith is perfect. But the idea here is to inflict as much mental damage as possible and possibly frighten enemies, as well as inflict other mental debuffs and the sickened condition wherever possible. If you guys enjoyed this build, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Pathfinder 2e teamwork content. You can also leave a comment either here or on my Discord server. Tear my build apart. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And stay tuned to this channel and 20-Sided Adventures channel for more Monster Mash videos. If you want a path builder for this build, or my Monster Mash videos early, you can check out my Patreon page. I also want to thank the local disaster tour guide for this character idea. So definitely go check out his channel if you haven't already. Links to all those are in the description below. You can also check out my Flesh Warp Ancestry video right here on screen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, teamwork is vital. It helps us solve problems.